The only thing you can control here is your risk management. If I see opportunities to take one trade or no trade, I'm fine with it. Or if I see opportunities to take 20 trades per day, I don't mind, as long as I respect my levels and the risk management that I have. So that's for me. I mean, simple.
Welcome everybody to another funded trader of TradethePool. Today Andres is with me, a new funded trader that passed the evaluation with $20,000 of buying power. How's it going, Andres? Welcome.
All good. Thank you.
Amazing. So before we dive into the hub and see Andres' progress during the evaluation, let's talk a little bit about your trading style, the technique. What are you exactly looking for?
Yeah. Okay. So my primary focus is stocks in play, small caps in play of the day. I'm a software engineer, so I develop my own tools to find stocks that are popping up like pretty quickly by news or by volume. So I take advantage of that, like connecting through these API that are publicly available. So to find stocks that are in play. So it's pretty similar to find stocks in play from Trade Ideas or any other softwares out there. So it's just some like find the stocks that are popping up and then with volume and in play of the day. So that's pretty much what I do, and I just use Bookmap to see what are the levels and just trade price action.
And you only do penny stocks?
I once in a while did futures. I trade futures on the pandemic. I trade oil in the pandemic. Yeah. So it was pretty crazy. But yeah, mainly I'm focusing right now on small caps. I'm heading to big caps. I trade on my personal accounts as CMCI the other day. Other than that, NVIDIA, Tesla on my account, my personal account.
Okay. How long you been trading on your personal account?
Well, I tried trading crypto in 2016. I got a lot of money. I started in the beginnings. Then on my personal account, I have been trading for, I don't know, like 5 years around. Yeah, not very good for me on the stocks. But until I found my strategy, I think.
On those penny stocks. And so we'll dive in a second to your hub and see some of the trades and the dashboard and the chart that you built along this process. Interesting to understand is, yeah, you said you're doing penny stocks. Some of them you're trying to work also on the large cap, right? Are you applying the same strategy, the same method?
No, it is different. I mean, it is different small caps than big caps. Well, the levels can work similar, right? Like the resistance and the supports can work similar, but it depends on how the price action is doing.
Because I'm always, when I'm talking to our traders and a lot of them are trading penny stock, I always tell them, give it a shot and try to also trade large cap, right? Because you have enough capital, even with the mini buying power, it's $20,000. And we also have 80,000 and 260. So you have enough capital to trade even Tesla and Amazon. And so I always wonder what will be the main focus when you're shifting from penny stocks to large cap, because you're doing both. It's interesting to hear your thoughts on that. What would be the shift? What you need to learn in order to trade large cap, better, and move from penny to large cap? What do you think about that?
Well, I think I need to understand more of the patterns at the open. What are the opportunities? Like some patterns that I can find out at the open. That will be my best shot to give to. Well, I haven't traded too much big cap, but I think it is kind of the same, right? So if we see a lot of selling pressure, I'm gonna jump in selling on an opportunity that I see. So that's pretty much what I do on small caps. Like just see what the price action is doing, and well, my analysis on a stock. So for example, depending on why I what I analyze. So if it's a small cap like this penny stock doesn't have cash, if they have like dilution, if they have depending on the daily what I see on the daily on the so if they don't have news. So my strategy is based on also that, like try to find A plus setups for me that is gonna be like at some point they're gonna do an offering, or at some point they're gonna like put a lot of shares on the market. So and that's when I find the opportunity that these stocks are going back to a level that I wanted for a target profit.
And would you say you're using more technical or more fundamental when it comes to the penny stock?
Well, I just try to find stocks that are within my playbook, which is depending on the low float. They don't have news. They try to just push depending on if they are trying to push just by the day or 2 days or 3 days. So I'm just trying to find opportunities there.
Nice. And are you mostly short selling them? I'm looking at your trades. I'm seeing a lot of sell, right?
Yeah, I mostly like selling because that's one of the playbooks. I also do long, but it has to fit some criteria. And yeah, it has to fit some criteria that is not on the strategy that I use to trade. I mean, those days.
You got it. So I'm going to share my screen and show your dashboard. For those of you who are not familiar, guys, basically have a dashboard for each trader so he can see his progress, or she, of course, the progress and the stats of the account. I'm going to share the screen, and let's talk a little bit about that because your dashboard is interesting. You can see here the profit target, and again, $20,000 buying power that Andres traded with on the evaluation, reached the target and even more. We're going to talk about that in a second. Everyone got his own max loss, daily pause, and this is basically the chart, the stats, the parameters that you need to stay within. For example, the minimum trades or best trade cannot exceed 30% in this, at least in this account. And this is a decent chart that you have here. You know, you started kind of rough or like back and forth, and then you found your rhythm. But tell me a little bit about that, because you already reached the target, like the 1800 around this area right here.
Yeah.
That's September 30, and then you continue to trade. Tell the guys that listen in what happened here.
I think the most difficult part is to start growing the account. So because you can go down like pretty quick if you don't like manage your risk properly. So my goal was to risk $20 on trades, like at the beginning when I was like at the floor. So my goal was to risk $20 to make $20 or $40 if I can do that. So I think on ours, like I risk one to make at least 2 or 3, depending on the opportunity.
Yeah.
So, but I always take my profit, right? So I'm just collecting as much as I can. So the beginning was that, and then I was trying to a little bit sizing a little bit up when I was like with a 200 like cushion, and then that's when I jumped into, I think it was $1,000 day or something like that. Just that kicked me off, like put me on a better position. I took around, I was 1,000 shares on PRTG short, and I just make, I believe was $1 per share, something like that. It was, I don't remember where it was at the beginning. You can go like to the 17, I think.
Traded a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually have a couple of loss, so, but it's part of the equation here. There it is.
That's it?
Middle of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you see that one.
Right.
Yeah, 1,000 shares, and I may almost make $1 per share. So
yeah,
it was at the open. I make it pretty quick, so the setup was there. So I took the risk, and yeah.
You did have a nice risk-reward ratio, 1.6, and then 49% success rate. That's also great. You do trade a lot, right? We asked for a minimum of 20 trades. You made 205. Let's dive into that just a little bit. The other day, I had an interview with one of our funded traders as well. And one of the stuff that he mentioned was that in trading, you got to be a sniper, right? You got to wait for that right moment and then click the mouse key. Tell me what are your thoughts on that? Because obviously it's individual. Every trader will need to find his own way to the top.
Well, I think finding your edge, it's personal. So as long as you are respecting your risk, but I think finding your edge is personal. So you can do like 5 trades per day or 3 trades per day. I know many people that also do that, but in me personally, it's like, because my goal is to become a full-time trader. I'm a software engineer by career, but I want to become like a full-time day trader, like trading the markets and all the financial instruments out there. So I think that's part of the job, like trading, right? The only thing you can control here is your risk management. I mean, so that's the only thing. If I see opportunities to take 1 trade or no trade, I'm fine with it. Or if I see opportunities to take 20 trades per day, I don't mind, as long as I respect my levels and the risk management that I have. So that's for me. I mean, simple.
That makes sense, of course. Like I said, anyone, you got to find your path as a trader. And for some, it would be exactly as you mentioned, do 20 trades or even 100 trades. We have traders doing that, 100 trades a day. But as long as you keep that within the risk parameters, that's fine as well, of course. And you do have nice statistics on the success rate too. So it makes sense in your case. One thing I want to touch before we'll end here is the fact that you probably one of the few traders that we have that passed the evaluation just with one shot, one attempt. That's amazing. I gotta hand it to you, because most traders will need at least 2 attempts in order to pass it. I talked about it many times in the other videos, because you need that moment to understand that this is not your own personal account, right? You cannot do whatever you feel like. There are rules. You got to stay within those boundaries, and you actually pass it within 1 attempt. So how did you do that?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of things here. Well, I think my first goal was to risk very, very small at the beginning. So I was completely determined to pass the test, to make it in 1 shot. I only have 1 shot to make it happen. That's like a personal thing to me, like just make it happen.
Yeah.
So I think I focus on the risk that I have. I never expose myself too much to and lose more than I have, right? So a couple of the trades that I got like lose more than the 300 per day. It was just a couple of 1 cent or 2 cents before it goes into my way. And the reason that I keep trading is because one of the initial trades, like it was above my 30% ratio that I have. Yeah, I entered the account with the most difficult conditions, I think, because it was 30% best trade, and then I have to accomplish it was just that, like the 30%. I don't mind about the 10 cents or the 60-second rule. So I think those are completely fine. But I think that those rules are very specific, and you have to respect them. And once you get that into your mind, like those are the rules, you will be able to accomplish. So as soon as you get that into your rules, you will win faster. So that was what I was thinking on while I was trading.
Nice. That's really amazing. You did great.
Yeah.
Again, for first attempt, that's really amazing. Alrighty, so I think we'll finish here. Any last tip? Like I always ask the traders, what is it the top tip that you can give to the guys that listen in and they just started the evaluation on how to pass it? What would be like the first priority to focus on?
Well, I think the first priority is to risk management. Like, don't try to hit a home run. I mean, you may hit it once or twice,
yeah,
but this is about keep it cool, calm, and collected. So keep collecting like money from the market, and that's the goal. Don't try to rush. So be patient and respect your risk.
Thanks. Very nice. Righty, Andres, thanks so much for coming to this interview. For those of you guys that watching and not familiar or want to get more knowledge about it, go to tradethepool.com. Pass the evaluation. Maybe you will be here as a funded trader. Best of luck, Andres. And of course, we are here. If you need anything, we also have a live Discord community. Feel free to join, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.